Here with head coach Brad Laird. Demons heading into the home opener on Saturday. And before that, coach, some steps forward. The result was not what you wanted, a tough late loss to Alcorn, but a lot of steps taken forward, especially by the Purple Swarm defense from week 1 to week 2.
Yeah, I mean, you go back and you really dive into that game. One, it's disappointing, when you have the opportunity there at the end of the game against a team. The last 2 years they played, won a championship in their conference. I mean, and so, when you get in those opportunities in the fourth quarter, that's where we've got to keep our foot on the gas to be able to make the plays in order to win the game. But yeah, I mean, you're always going to look back and see some things that you did well, and I thought defensively you hold a team to 13 points, 3 in the first half. The great job that I thought we did defensively in times when we were backed up, had to get off the field, had to make a stop. I thought we were able to do that. It's in those types of games, sometimes you look back and it's just 1 or 2 plays. And really that's what ended up giving them the edge from that standpoint. But, a lot of positives to take out, the things that we've got to get better on to move forward as we, get to our home opener on Saturday.
Well, I know you've been the guy that really talks about the purple smoke. I know it's something that you always enjoyed coming out as a player. And when that moment hits for the first time in a fall season since November of 2019, is it going to be hard to hold yourself back to get out there and lead that team out there? I know it's something, a late opening, third week. You haven't been at home yet. I know that's probably got some emotions and some feelings up pretty high.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything better. I mean, to have the opportunity. One is we played here in the spring, but you go back to the fall of 19. That's the last time that to have everybody in the stands and the band, the cheerleaders. I mean, everything that goes with playing at home. That's part of the advantage that you have. And so for our guys, because our community supports so well, our university supports so well, and for our guys to have that opportunity to come out of that locker room and run through the purple smoke and take that field against UT Martin is something that you look forward to and can't wait for that opportunity to come about Saturday.
You talk about opportunities, and we've talked about some guys who have really taken advantage of their opportunity in this early part of the season. Keenan Leachman, recently you put him on scholarship, a walk-on. That's now part of that starting lineup in that Purple Swarm defense in the back end that played maybe as good a game as it has in a while against Alcorn. And walk-ons can be the lifeblood of a program, sometimes when they're not seen, but especially when they make an impact like he has.
Keenan, that's not an easy road. That's because, at some points along the way, can there be those doubts of, am I going to get that opportunity? And here, I mean, it's, the opportunity for the best guys to play. And Keenan, but very resilient, stayed true to who Keenan was very honest with himself early on in the process. What I mean by early on as he went through his first year and second year of what he needed to do to put himself in position. I think that's the thing that goes unnoticed. He made the decision easy for me because of what he did. He went out and earned it and put himself in position. And you really saw that, and I bet he would say the same thing, that, as we played that spring season, I think he's one that benefited from going through a fall camp and having the spring season to give him that extra time, being in the role that he was, to become a lot more comfortable. And I think it shows. It has shown through 2 games, and especially the way he played Saturday night. Those are the situations as coaches that you couldn't be more prouder of, because he put it out there for us to make that decision, and he made it easy on us, and that's a credit to Keenan Leachman.
Well, you talked about the hard road and the opportunity. I think you could probably say the same thing for Kendrick Price and what he went through in his career. If there had been a fall 2020 season, you probably wouldn't have had him because of a torn ACL. He had a kind of a slow spring season. Now the first 2 games, he's kind of rounding back into that form I think we saw at the end of 2019.
Yeah, that's a situation coming off a knee injury that he had the spring of 19. That just like you said, if we play in the fall, he's not able to play, but for him to have the opportunity to be able to come back, came back in the spring, but like you said, you can see now he's kind of getting back into the form he was, before he got hurt. And it's good to see, because a lot of work goes into it. Sometimes we just see the final product that's on the field on Saturday nights, but we don't see the work that's put in for him to put himself in that position. And that's what you're proud of as a coach.
And I'm sure as a six-year senior, that's a guy, and he shares the room with another six-year senior in Gavin Landry. Those two stories have been told, but to have the leadership there, and he seems to have taken, as he's grown, as you'd like to see, more steps in that leadership role.
Yeah, and that's, when guys have been through that, it's players notice that. They notice the hard work that it takes to, whether it's a Keenan Leachman that's a walk-on that's had to really work his way to get in the position, or somebody coming off injury that's got to continue to work to get back healthy. The other players see that, and they understand what all they've had to go through, and so that puts them in a leadership position based off the hard work that they put in to get in and to the situation that they've had.
Saturday night, UT Martin. It's a team you saw in 2019 in Game 1, way up in Martin, Tennessee. So you know what that road trip's like. They're a team that's going to come in with a little momentum, a big commback win against Sanford on Saturday.
Yeah, we know a little bit about UT Martin from having the opportunity to play them in 2019. There's some similarities, but there's also some differences, whether it's schematically or whether it's personnel. Just look, starting offensively, it's kind of different from the spring based off a grad transfer quarterback, Keon Howard, that's come in. But they, a good football team that, when you have 5 turnovers in a game like they had last week, down 17-0, and to be able to come back at home kind of tells you a little bit about them. But I'm excited because it's again about us. It's a great football team coming to Turpin Stadium, and we look forward to the opportunity to be able to play at home Saturday night.
You'll do it. You'll be a little different than you were in 2019 too. I believe only 5 starters, and I believe all 5 of those guys made their first start at UT Martin. So. Even with the extra year, a different team than you took to Western Tennessee a few years ago.
Yeah, no doubt. Just one, for example, you look at Isaiah Longina. At that time, he's running down on kickoff, and he's playing. He's a linebacker at that time, and tears his ACL. And now you fast forward to 2021 as he's changed position and become a great player at his position and a great leader. So we are different than 2019, just like they are in certain areas.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it.